Get in, loser. We're going to the internet. Good evening, everybody. I am Dadbod. Tonight we are playing the Shrouded Thought series by Caden Fox. This is Chapter 1, Old Factory. Oh man, this is a really sweet mod. There is tons of custom stuff. This is unlike anything you've ever played before. We have a lot to go over. Before we get to the video, we're going to do a huge deep dive into what makes this really unique. If you don't want to check any of that out and get right to the video itself, the timestamp is right there. Hop on in and get going. But if you want to see what this is all about, stay tuned. Alright, a couple things to keep in mind before we get this video started. Old Factory requires the Factory Helper mod. It is a dependency mod that is that allows you to essentially load all of the custom tile sets, custom entities, all of that stuff. So you need to make sure that if you're going to play this, you have to download that as well. It's also linked in the description, but it's also linked in the Game Banana for the actual mod page. So do keep in mind you're going to need that. Alright, so the first thing, obviously, we are going to unblock the berry up there. As you can see, we have one hidden berry in this map, and you'll be able to see what it is during the video. 260 total deaths in this playthrough. My first playthrough was somewhere around 400, I believe. It wasn't very difficult. A lot of puzzle aspect in this that we're about to get into, so let's check it out. So already the music is just like really eerie. So we can obviously see custom tile set here, and there's just a ton of custom mechanics in here. So up top we can see these pistons, and we can see this green line that is kind of dim, moving towards a certain location. I love the flickering light effect, that's awesome. We'll see what this is in a few minutes. So what we need to do here is get a key. But let's take a look at a couple of the other things here. So these are spinners. Looks like just piles of rust that kill you. So I'm going to fast forward really quick to the key. Alright, so once we have the key, there's certain little electrical boxes that you can see. Once that is energized, we can see the line of energy is going. It turns on the pistons. It turns on the fans. So we can go down here. And all of our jumps get us some huge air. And then depending on the strength of the fan, determines your descent, which is really crazy. And then these, obviously, you don't want to get involved with because they hurt you. And then we've got a couple secret boxes. All right, the next thing that we see here are little switches on the wall. And we can see where power is going into, and it's creating this electric wall. And then we see these guys just kind of laying dormant. Once we hit the switch, we can see the power switching. Lights are turning on. All the lights that are connected to that are working. The pistons are working. Now there's a red switch somewhere that controls this. And what those guys are, we'll see in the next room. The ones that are red are actually activated. When they have power going to them, you grab them and they give you a boost, which also refill your dashes. Be really interested to see how a B-side would look in this. Now we can see also that the power is turned on to what look like lasers, and in fact, if you dash in front of them, they are lasers, and they will kill you. Those will also kill you. In rooms like this, we can see just different wind patterns. Rooms like this, where you've got more wind than others, you have to really fight that, or you die. Here's another really cool thing that was programmed in here. So some of the pistons, as you can see, have spikes on them, but the actual like rod or tube itself is red. Most of the pistons you can grab onto. If you touch those, they are too hot, and you literally die. I don't get it, but that's cool. What's also neat about a lot of these pistons is they give you like a good boost of height. So you can get pretty high on some of these. You could also get crushed to death though. Now another really neat thing that this mod works with is a button system. So you can see how, like, I mean, the effects on this, like, just turning on and off the lights is, like, so cool. And as we get a little bit further down, we can see that it might do other things, like, once it's off, it turns on the conveyor belt to hand box. So we can see these boxes have very similar to Theo mechanics. Some of them will break, but in order to get out, there's a lot of just like neat puzzle aspect that you have to. Now keep in mind, there's a lot of secrets in this mod, but you can see this little this little looks like a broken heart design, like right in front of Maddie here. That's a key indicator of where things are. So reading from the Game Banana page for this, which is linked in the description below, as kind of a description of this, it says, this is a post-farewell chapter about Madeline and her continued struggles to hold it together after the events of Celeste's final official chapter. She has to fight her own insecurities that once again manifest themselves as she embarks on another journey to the mountain. She has to face a whole new set of challenges in this mod that uses a large number of new items, custom assets, and cutscenes. And the idea is essentially to destroy the fog in here. So it kind of ramps up to this point here, and it uses, I love this, like it uses the electric box to start things off, and this is where another really cool mechanic comes in. And I just think that looks sweet. But once it breaks, we can start to see the steam rolling in. And if you're not quick enough, you die, which is not good. So we're not going to do that. All right, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's start with the good. This had a great story. Like, there was actually story aspect to it. Lots of custom work. Puzzle design was really, really nice. There were a lot of things that made you have to think about what you were going to need to do next and how to unlock certain areas. So that was really fun. I enjoyed that a lot. Just like discovering new things. Like, you're going to play through this, and you're not going to be able to find everything. Unless, of course, you follow this video to a T. I mean, I had to go back about 3 or 4 times to find everything. As far as the bad goes, there is nothing bad per se. It's all on my end, pretty much, just because I had to edit this video. And since this level is not very linear, in the sense that you can't just like go straight through and just get everything, there was a lot of like finding something, activating the electrical parts so that you have to go back to get something, and then there's just a lot of going back and forth. And for editing's sake, it was a real pain in the butt. And I mean, this video is already long as it is. And ugly, I don't think that there was really anything ugly in this. Like, all the custom work was great. The music, you're going to hear some really cool music throughout this. Like, it's on point. I love it. Difficulty was not bad at all. There were some parts some rooms that are actually kind of longer. They're not big. There's just lots of different things that you have to do, but I appreciate that kind of level design. The detail in this is, I mean, it's very well done. It's easily Caden Fox's best work to date. And I think that's all I have to say about it. There's a lot to see. So we're not going to dig too much deeper into this. You're going to see for yourself, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. All relevant links are posted down in the description. And as always, if you enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have a good night.